Hey guys, Orly here from your Women's Gear Review channel, and today we are reviewing the Bravo Tote from Alpaka. In this review we will have sectioned it off into a wee summary, features, we'll pack out the bag, we'll do a wee fit check, we'll do an airline test, water test, run through some pros and cons, and of course if there is anything that we have missed that you would like to know about this lovely little tote, then just pop us a wee comment below and we'll be sure to get back to you. Okay, let's get cracking on with the summary. So this is priced at £90 and it is made up with Axoflux recycled fabric, and the interior here for the sage grey is 200D blood orange honeycomb ripstop polyester. So it is 38 by 35 by 14 in centimeters. It is a 14 litre and a weight of 0.97 kg. So colour wise, this is the sage grey. You can get it in the blue, green or black. So for the shape and style, this is not going to be everyone's cup of tea, depending on if you are looking for a tote or not. Guessing if you're clicking onto this review, then you are trying to suss out whether or not this tote is right for you. I definitely highly recommend their totes, their backpacks, everything, because the main thing that kind of stands out for me for Alpaka is definitely their materials and the longevity of their materials. It is top notch. It's just going to depend then on your style and colors. At least they have a few options for you to kind of go with. I love their sage kind of grey here. It just brings kind of like a nice like sleek look to it, but also a quite urban stylish look. I don't opt to have this strap on. I definitely just prefer to have it over my shoulder like that because it's quite stylish that way. I also feel like it's a really nice college kind of bag, school bag, especially depending on where you are in the world. But for me in Ireland and the UK, if you're like upper sixth or sixth form, then you kind of rotate from a backpack into a more stylish kind of handbaggy look. This is definitely a shout for that, and I highly recommend checking out their websites. Even if you do fancy a backpack as well, then the Metro backpack is a shout too. It does hold its shape. As you can see, it kind of sits up by itself depending on what you have packed on the bottom as well. So it's not at risk of flopping forward, and it has, as mentioned and as highlighted, as I will continue to highlight for Alpaka, is their materials. So you're grand. Sorry, this is where I interrupt and just say, if you do happen to have a wee gander on the website of the products we are reviewing, then we would be so grateful if you could use our links below. This is no extra cost to you and it just helps us as a team and growing our channel. What's that? Oh, you would like me to introduce you to the team so you can see who you're helping out? No bother. Let's go. First up, we have our editor, Orla, our outreach manager, Orla. Oh, there is our script writer, she's shy. She's called Orla. Then we have this sexy lady for thumbnails. The main star of our reviews is the reviewer herself, Orla. And last but not least, the woman who does it all. Her name is kind of like Lorla, but it's Orla. So don't forget to click that first link to purchase your item. So Alpaka do offer international shipping. They do offer returns of 45-day money-back guarantee on all purchases, except for final sale items. And they offer lifetime manufacturing warranty on all Alpaka products as well. Okay, let's get cracking on with the features. So the only branding that we've got here is on the side, really simple and to the point. Now we are going to start externally, so I want to jump right into these straps here. Now these ones will be going over your shoulder, and I find that because these are a bit thicker here, whereas like they might just keep the kind of thinner material right throughout, because they are a bit thicker, when they're on the shoulder they kind of like clamp together. It might have been nice to have like some sort of magnetic close to hold that a bit more, but I find that there is no real slipping with it when these two kind of come together. So that is a really nice touch. And then you have the option, depending on how you feel. I usually just stick with this and don't use the other strap, but you can add on a strap here. So you've got this system, which is rotational. So it doesn't mean, it means, sorry, that any way that you kind of put it, it's going to be grand for fitting it. You don't have to kind of unravel and twist this or anything. You just kind of have to move that around. So I'm just going to attach this for you. So say like that. You have multiple attachment points where you can place those through depending on your own kind of fit and style. You can have that like that. As mentioned, these kind of rotate around, so it doesn't really matter where you're kind of slipping it on. It isn't going to be an effort in that sense. And then you're going to find your dangle stoppers, your adjustments to kind of fit it to your own fit. You'll have this system here where you just slide it on and off, depending on how you want. You've got dangle stoppers throughout. And then you've got lovely padding here, so they haven't skimped out on that. They've given you lots of comfort and support here with this. Sometimes people don't, you know, opt for that. They don't actually prefer it. They prefer just like a seatbelt material, but I think this just adds to the comfort of the overall kind of tote if you are going into this mode. As mentioned, I kind of stick with this over the shoulder for this kind of style, but you can of course add this on if you want. So keeping to the external sides here, which I absolutely adore, is gonna be a pocket. Now it's got a little bit of stretch, a little bit of mesh, so you're gonna fit those kind of thinner pockets there. It's got like a drainage hole, which is like a net, so that's nice as well. Attention to detail we love. We will be packing this up so you will be able to see. It's nice to have this on the outside. I absolutely love it. If you don't know, I just love water bottle compartments on the outside, or even just a pocket on the outside. They're super duper handy. Whilst we're here, you've got a luggage pass through. Amazing. You wanted to use this as your personal item, then you can just chuck this over your bigger kind of style of luggage. And then right above that, there is like a kind of flap, so you can hide this if you want, in a way. Hopefully it's closest to your body. But you've got this kind of secret pocket. Again, Alpaka never miss with the bright interior. I absolutely love. Plenty of space, easy clean material too. That's just located at the back to keep everything secured. Moving on to the front pocket here, you've got the coated zips. Fantastic. Nice custom pillars here. Inside you are going to have, it's a bit like their backpacks, you are going to have a little bit of organization. These pockets are a little bit flimsy. I do not use pen like holders or anything, like you might though. So that's nice that they have those, that kind of organization. I'm definitely more of a chuck it in. Plenty of space in there. Nice bright interior. You've got two stretchy mesh pockets at the top, so if you wanted a little bit of organization and you didn't want to reach down to the bottom of the bag, then at least you know you've got that here. Then with your kind of key lash, you can place it into one of these pockets. Now these pockets, they're fine. They're both similar size on both on each side there. And then you can kind of open up that bottom, if you can see. And then this will be your key lash. You can take this off. I am like a broken record with this key lash. Now, the reason I am a broken record is because during testing, when you're placing keys onto this all starts to like peel off automatically. And I'm like, well, I would just rather this one. What is it called? Like a clip to kind of save the durability of the actual key lash itself. But that is removable. It's a nice little magnetic system here. So you can take it off and place it back on. As mentioned, it is sewn in here. So you can't remove that, but you can remove the bottom and then you can kind of place it in a pocket. So that is that. Then going into the meat of the bag. Let's flip this over. Not coated. I would have preferred a coated zip here, personally. But, yeah. No, I'm not going to compromise on that. Yeah, I would have just preferred a coated zip. Now you've got two pillars here. Open this up. That space, if you can kind of see, it tucks in. Tucks in is because that's the water bottle compartment space, so it's giving you that space on the inside. So rather than like a pop-up pocket, it's going to still eat into that space if you're placing in a water bottle in here. So that's there. Then you will find 1, 2, 3 pockets. This kind of becomes more like a pop-up pocket here. So you can fit your water bottle on the inside, umbrella, or anything else that tickles your fancy, a coffee mug. These two pockets then are similar sizes, a little bit of organization, really easy to kind of grab from the top. So that is handy enough. Really bright interior, really easy clean material. Really nice to kind of not have like an overwhelming amount of organization, but you still have the space to kind of pack it up and chuck everything in as well. That's what I absolutely love. Then you'll have this strap. It's like a seatbelt material. There is no stretch to it. So I would have loved like another, or maybe like a stretch and then like another moment to kind of secure it in depending on what you have in there. You're going to find 2 fleece-lined materials. One here and then one on the back. This one is definitely a bit more padded. Still got the fleece line material on the back now for that front one. 9 by 13 and a half. I have a 12-inch MacBook here that fits in nicely. Then this back one depends on that strap. It runs up to here. So like there, this is a horrible angle to show you. About 11 and a half, or you could go right up to 13 if you didn't care about that strap. Then across about 14. I have a 14-inch here. Let's try that out. Yeah, that's gonna fit nice and cozy there. You can kind of see that is the kind of cut off point. So a 14-inch and a 12-inch in the front, and that fits nicely in there. So let's go ahead and pack her on up. So starting off with that main compartment, what we have is the 14-inch here and the 12-inch. Then we've got the rest of the space to play with. I'm gonna put an umbrella on the pop-up pocket, hard drive and lead on this top pocket. For that next pocket, I'm gonna go tissues, hair bubble. And I've got a few snacks. Pull this there, priorities. I've got the rest of that bottom space. My headphones down there. My laptop charger down here. Got a book. I'd like to go here. Camera and tripod. Trying to keep this space free as possible because when the water bottle goes in there, then there is a bit of room for that. We've obviously got still more space that we can pack up here. I would probably keep this quite minimal, but I just kind of want to show you what you can get in there with different little things. So packing cube, you could sit here, and a pair of glasses here. 500 ml. Keys. Show you a pen in here. AirPods in this mesh pocket. Purse in this one. Go for another book in here. Because there is still like a little bit of depth to it. You still obviously got this space here. Phone in there. Close that. And last but not least, place my passport in the back. A wee weight of all that. Oh, about 4.5 kg, about 10 pounds for that. Okay, time for a wee fit check, comfortability, see how this feels on the female body. You've got this kind of style. It can get quite heavy depending on what you have in there, right? So if you're not strong like myself, it might feel a little bit, that's when you can implement this strap. But I am so strong, muscles galore, that I don't even feel it. No, just kidding. This is what it is like on me. For reference, I am 5'6". A little bit of padding, don't find that it slips off or anything like that, which is really nice. As mentioned, the more you pack into it, it can become very heavy. That's where you can implement this strap that I'll place on now. So you can place on this, you can adjust this as well and bring this up a bit further. This adds a little bit more comfort. Obviously with the kind of strap, you can rotate it round if you want. Rotate it on back, wherever you find a little bit more of comfort with it. Obviously, my girls are heading east and west here, so just being aware of that. If you are any bigger, then say goodbye to your bibbies because they're going that way. But other than that, fine. It's just fairly heavy what I have in there at the minute. So when you obviously pack a bit less, it's going to be less like woo. But other than that, I'm glad that they've added in a comfortable strap as well. But I definitely prefer just having it over the shoulder. So for a wee airline test, this is the replica of EasyJet that I have behind me. So just measure it out with your own wee airline. But what we want to know is, does it fit as a personal item? Gorgeous. So for the water test, this is okay. Obviously those kind of seatbelt materials are going to take a bit longer to dry. I definitely want to highlight to be aware that the top zip here isn't coated. I definitely would have preferred that to be coated, but the front one is, if that's of any help. Okay, time for some pros and cons. Pros are definitely the materials, the bright interior, the attention to detail that Alpaka give with all their products is highly appreciated, especially with the water bottle compartment on the outside. Some cons to think about is the key lash. Now I always reiterate this with Alpaka's products because they've changed up like the key lash, so it's like a little hook, or not a hook, a little circle that you have to place your keys through. You'll see in the overlays if you don't know what I'm talking about. But when you're doing that with the key, then it takes off the actual material that's around it, so then that just fades away. I'd rather just a little clicky one. I really like the space within the inside because it kind of gives that minimal organization, but also the rest of the space for you to pack up. I will say though is, as mentioned for the water test, I just would have preferred the top zip here to be coated. I'm definitely struggling to find cons because this is my cup of tea. So if you are someone who has this or has been eyeing it up and you're looking at it and going, oh, that was definitely a con for me, then definitely pop us a wee comment below so that other people can see that as well. Because for me, this is definitely right up my alley, apart from like those little moments as mentioned, but other than that, I really, really enjoy it. So that is the end of our review. We hope you enjoyed, and if you did, then why not consider joining the channel and hitting that subscribe button. If you do happen to have a wee gander over on their website and you're thinking about purchasing this bag or any other bags, then we'd be forever grateful if you could use our links below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.